everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Talking Toku, the only podcast where we talk about sci-fi monsters and dinosaur adventures. I am your host, David.
I am Brian, and God, do I still love that new intro.
Good. I'm glad because I like it.
It really
too.
rolls off the tongue.
It does, and it also, like we've talked about before, we're not Boston exclusive or Bellingham exclusive. Like, you can find this podcast from anywhere in the world if you just go onto Spotify or wherever else we're hosted, which I don't remember because I don't remember what I put the show on. So
yeah,
that old intro is kind of misleading. Seems the wrong word, but
inaccurate.
That makes more sense. Yes, thank you. The old intro was inaccurate, so thank God we have this new one. I think it's
season 2, baby.
You are never gonna let this whole season's bit die, are you, Brian?
It's always season 2.
It's always season 2. There will never be a season 3. Are we still in season 1? I don't know. Wow. Making jokes about Valve not knowing a 3. Good job, Brian.
You know what? You know what's
Going
funny?
Back 10 years.
You know what's funny? This is completely unrelated, but this is what people watch the show for.
Of course.
Today in my communications class, my teacher, she committed like the cardinal sin of being a teacher, which is to play a Big Bang Theory clip in class.
Yeah.
And I was telling Sam about it, and I was just saying how it's just so unfunny and how it's just nerd humor. And here I am making nerd humor.
You've become that which you swore to destroy, Brian.
Oh, I literally was complaining about it not even 5 minutes ago,
My
or
God.
not even 10 minutes ago, or whatever. God damn it.
You fucking hypocrite. How do you feel?
I know.
What do you have to say for yourself, Brian?
I'm sorry, and I hope you can all forgive me.
You should be fucking crucified for your actions today. That's it.
I'm gonna make an apology video.
That's it. The show's over. Show's over. Talking Toku is done. This is our last episode. It's not even gonna be a full episode. I'm cutting it here. Goodbye.
No, Dave. It can't be our last episode because our last episode needs to be just titled, "Hey, we need to talk," with a period at the end. And then that's our last
super
one.
Serious, yeah, like a YouTuber apology. But like, what we're not. We don't have anything to apologize for right now. When that day comes, we might. Who knows?
Yeah.
You never know. Maybe in 2, 3, 4, however many years from now, we'll like get arrested for trying to. I'm not gonna finish that statement. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, I don't know where you're going with that. I have no reason to be apologizing on the internet.
I was gonna go somewhere with that, but I'm like, that's not gonna look good for anyone involved here. I'll DM you what I was gonna say, but I'm not gonna finish the thought.
But now everybody is going to be wondering what you were going to say, and a bunch of rumors are going to start about you being like a meth addict.
Well, I'm just gonna keep. I'll keep what I was gonna say a mystery.
Let's keep going.
Again, I'll DM you it, but no one else will know. Only you will know, Brian.
Are you sending it to me right now?
I am, but.
This better be good.
It's gonna be good, but no one else will know. No one else will ever know.
Oh my God, that's so much worse than I thought it was. Oh my God, Dave. I'm so glad you decided to not say that.
I'm also glad to. I mean, I would have cut it out had I ended up saying it. I 100% would have cut it out,
and it would have been funny if it was just a big beep.
That would have been funny too. Yeah. Damn, maybe I should have said it instead of like hyping up like this. Oh well.
You still can.
No, we're too far into the bit that it wouldn't be as funny if I said it now. Because we've already talked about it.
All right. Well, I guess we should say what we're talking about.
Yeah,
today.
we should actually get on with the show. We're about 5 minutes in, haven't even done anything?
We talked about Big Bang Theory before we even talked
we talked
about
about Big Bang Theory and like getting canceled, and that's all we've talked about so far. Literally nothing related to Toku. Though I did mention earlier today, and you did not like this idea at all. That for our April Fool's Day episode this year, we should cover the Big Bang Theory because they undoubtedly have episodes where they mention Godzilla. I'm sure of that. I'm sure somewhere in the 8 seasons or whatever, I'm sure there's an episode or two where they at least reference Godzilla. I would be shocked if that weren't the case. But you, Brian, you were not having any of that, unfortunately.
No, I shot it down immediately. No. This was immediately post being shown that clip. I was not I'm pretty sure I was still watching the clip.
What was
when
the
you
clip?
Sent me that idea.
What was the clip? I'm curious.
It was fucking Sheldon getting all like upsetty spaghetti about the fucking Xbox One and PS4 and shit, and telling his whoever that person is about it, and it was just basically on a lesson about like how to listen to people properly, but it was just annoying and it didn't really fit the lesson because they're both annoying and I hate them.
Hey Brian, the last time I watched The Big Bang Theory, this is kind of a fun. It's sort of a funny story. I went out of my way to watch the series finale just for shits and giggles. Do you want to know how the show ended?
How?
So you know how the whole thing, like Sheldon's just kind of like a terrible person who like only cares about himself.
Yeah.
So the series finale is all his friends calling him out for that again, like they've been doing for the past 8 seasons or whatever. And the show ends with him being like, "Huh, I guess I am kind of a terrible person. Sorry guys, I'll do better." And then the show ends.
Yikes.
It's the most like I obviously I hadn't been keeping up with it obviously, but like that it was literally like that anticlimactic, like how I described it. It was so really boring. That anticlimactic. Yeah, it was so ridiculous. And then for shits and giggles, over New Year's, when I was not over New Year's, it was kind of like a holiday New Year's party we did. Young Sheldon was on TV, and we decided, let's watch an episode of Young Sheldon just to see how bad it is. And it was like really unhinged. Like the plot of the episode was like a professor in the town that Sheldon lived in made a fucking super collider, and it was about to like create a black hole or something and destroy the town. And they were all worried about like they were worried about like alternate universes happening. And I'm like, what the fuck is this show? How is this in the same universe as the Big Bang Theory? It was insane. I was what
the fuck?
I know. I was really taken aback by how unhinged it was. It left no impression on me. Like I didn't find myself wanting to revisit Young Sheldon anytime soon or ever, but it was a fun little experiment. And Wallace Shawn was in it, which I was pretty sure he's been retired from acting aside from Toy Story, but I guess it's Toy Story and Young Sheldon for Wallace Shawn. So
that's so
good,
sad.
Good for you, I guess. Good job,
maybe
Wallace.
He's just a really big Bang Theory fan.
I mean, hey, maybe, man. What you do?
Hey, guess what, guys? We're talking about Ultraman Blazar today.
Oh, are we? I thought we were talking about Big Bang Theory today.
No, we're not talking about Big Bang Theory. This is not the Big Bang Theory episode.
Joke's on you, Brian. As soon as you sent that message, I binged the entire series. We're talking about Big Bang Theory today.
You're going to have to describe all of it to me.
Oh, we got time.
I'm going to sit here with my mouth agape.
This will be a big like 6-hour long video essay about the lore, the deep lore behind the Big Bang Theory.
It already feels like it's 6 hours long.
And it hasn't even been 10 minutes since we started recording, Brian. So it's
my god, it hasn't?
No, we're at 9:36 right now. So strap in, buddy.
Oh my god.
We're getting all the bazingas out today. All right.
Well, you know what?
We've run this bit into the ground.
Monster.
Yeah. There is a monster, actually. Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
So yeah, like Brian just informed y'all, we are talking about Ultraman Blazar today. I think it wrapped a couple of weeks ago, but we were pretty behind, so it took us a second.
Extremely behind.
Yeah, January 20th was the air date for the final episode, and it's February 5th right now, I think.
Yep.
So yeah, we're a couple weeks behind, but it's okay. I haven't really seen any other podcasts talking about it, so I'll take it.
We're it.
I'll take it. Granted, the only other like kaiju podcast I listen to is, aside from the Kaiju United Town Hall, I listen Kaiju Transmissions. Shout out to you guys, by the way, but they haven't covered it. The last thing they covered was Monarch, so we're beating them to the punch. We are. So yeah. All right, but before we get into talking about Ultraman Blazar, which I'm excited to because, hey, it's really fucking good, guys. I know we talked about it a
10
bit.
10 out of 10.
Damn, okay. 10 out of 10,
no,
Brian says.
I already gave you my score. It's not a 10 out of 10. It's like 8 out of 10.
Okay, all right. I'll take it. But yes, we have some news. Not a lot of news, but some interesting choices. I don't know if they're good or not. Well, one of them at least is, according to you.
Yes.
So, Brian, tell us what's going on in the world of video games. Become the resident gamer of Talking Toku and tell us what's going on.
Hey, you know what? I mean, I am definitely more of a gamer than you.
This is true.
Despite not having a whole lot of time to play games in general anymore. But Godzilla is in Minecraft now, and I played it. It was a great time. I'll talk about it at the end of the show, but yeah, there is a Godzilla DLC in Minecraft that you can go download now. It gives you like 8 skins. I think it's 54 Godzilla, Kong, Mechagodzilla. I think Gia is one of the characters, weirdly enough.
Gia?
Yeah. Or whatever the little girl is from.
Yeah. It's Gia. I just wasn't expecting. Yeah. Oh, like the Minecraft skins. Okay, I thought you were talking about like the monsters
the Minecraft
themselves. Skins. Okay, that makes more sense.
No. These are the Minecraft skins. There's a few more. I'm forgetting them. But it's basically just like a big movie theater with a big collection room, and you can choose from one of 4 movies, and it's like a mini gameplay section, and it's a ton of fun. Again, I will give more details at the end of the show with what we're checking out, but it's pretty cool. And then on top of that, we also got news that Dave the Diver, a game that both Dave and I have been really wanting to play, but we're too lazy. They are also getting a Godzilla Godzilla DLC. I have absolutely no idea what they're going to do with it or how it'll impact gameplay.
Yeah, I don't think they've really said anything about what the DLC is going to entail. I also don't know like what the main gameplay loop of Dave the Diver is, but
Dave the Diver is basically like it's like a underwater exploration game for one half of it, and then the other half of it is you manage like a sushi restaurant.
I mean, that's pretty sick. Do you think we'll serve Godzilla sushi?
People were literally saying Godzilla sushi, like,
oh, let's go.
So I'm not sure. I mean, maybe you'll have Godzilla fucking chasing after you or some shit, which would be pretty cool.
I mean, if you're doing Godzilla sushi, I'd be very concerned because the trailer specifically shows burning Godzilla, and if you're eating burning Godzilla sushi, that's like insta cancer.
Yeah, that is insta cancer. You're right.
I'm sorry. Everyone you're feeding that sushi to is dead. Like that's not a very good business model, I don't think.
That's true. Another thing I was kind of thinking about was like maybe there's going to be like big kaiju battles in the back, like because it's a side scroller. Because like in the trailer it shows like Godzilla fighting Ibra. And
does it? I didn't
see
Ibra. Okay.
It's for like a split second you can see it. So I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty curious. It looks cool, and I've been really meaning to play Dave the Diver, and now I have incentive to.
Yeah, so, I think we both had the moment of like when this was announced, we both had the moment of like, oh yeah, I've been meaning to play this. I think this is just like the universe's way of telling me to finally go for it. So yeah, maybe look forward to that.
Like,
on
I had a moment. I had a moment when they announced the Dredge Dave the Diver DLC. I was like,
same
fuck,
thing.
I need to play Dave the Diver. And then when the news for the Godzilla DLC dropped, I'm like, oh fuck, I need to play Dave the Diver.
Well, hold on. Here's the question though. How much is it on Steam?
I think it was like $20.
It's $20. Yep. It is $20.
Yeah.
And you can get both that and Dredge in a bundle for $40. But I already have Dredge, so that doesn't mean anything to me. I haven't played it, but I own Dredge.
I don't own Dredge, but it's also I think it's on my wish list.
Yeah, that was like a day one buy for me because like I loved everything about the concept. It's a cosmic horror Lovecraft inspired fishing game, and I'm like, that sounds fucking sick. I want that. Yeah. And then I bought it, and then I never touched it. But it was nominated for a bunch of game awards, so it probably is very, very good. So
yeah.
I'll get to it eventually.
Did you nominate it for any of your awards on your show, Dave?
I'm pretty sure we did. I'm pretty sure Dredge was indeed nominated for a couple DCM awards. I'm getting the thumbs up from my co-host. So
DMC awards.
Did it win anything? I don't remember.
It was a tie between that and Amnesia the Bunker. So we rock paper scissors and Amnesia won.
Got that. That's right. That's right. I don't know if any of you guys heard that, but I'll repeat it verbatim. It was on a tie. Was that for best horror game?
Yes.
It was a tiebreaker between Dredge and Amnesia the Bunker for best horror game, and we settled the tiebreaker by playing rock paper scissors. Amnesia won.
I mean, I don't know how good it is, but from everything I've heard about the Bunker, I've heard it's pretty good.
I've heard from plenty of people that Amnesia the Bunker is like fantastic, and I've seen some of that, like, oh, this is like the direction that survival horror as a genre should be going in, kind of stuff.
No, we need more Resident Evil. More.
Well, apparently, sorry to keep getting off topic, but apparently it was leaked that there are 5 Resident Evil games in development right now, and my guess is RE5 remake, RE6 remake, RE7 remake, Village remake, and then RE9. That's what I'm betting on.
I am gonna just put this out there, and everyone listening is my witness. If they make a Resident Evil 6 remake, I will shit my pants.
All right, you heard it here first, folks. And you know what the best part is? I can't remember if we mentioned this, but we talked about maybe doing streaming. So if that happens, Brian will shit his pants live on stream.
Yeah.
If Capcom does like a, I don't know, like a Resident Evil Direct thing, and they announce that, we'll stream our reaction.
Capcom has a chance to do something really funny and ruin my life.
And just destroy any shred of dignity you may have.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. We should probably move on.
We should, yeah. Oh my god. We're almost 20 minutes in. Jesus, and we've okay. But we only
this is what you should expect at this point. Come on.
I know, yeah. No, this this is good. I like this. I like the more shitposty, off the rails stuff. You guys should know that by now. Yeah. But hey, speaking of things going off the rails, Brian, remember Jurassic World Dominion?
Oh my god, that was one of the movies of the last few years.
Yeah, do you remember how that was going to be the last Jurassic movie?
God, I really hoped so, but I knew it wouldn't be true.
Guess what, Brian? You want to hear something wacky? It's going to blow your mind.
Are they done?
No, there's a new Jurassic movie coming.
I mean, we called it.
Oh, no, 100% we did. But yeah, so we got a new Jurassic World movie on the way in development. I think it's like, it only just got announced. But the thing that's like that has people talking about it is the people attached. So originally when it first got announced, they had David Cope attached, who was the screenwriter for the original Jurassic Park as well as The Lost World. So people were like, whoa, this is going to be so good. But then I came in and was like, okay, but he also wrote the Tom Cruise Mummy and Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, I wouldn't really consider those good movies. So, you know. So it can kind of take it or leave it. But now this actually just dropped today, a couple hours ago, just about 5 hours ago, if my math is correct, which it should be. I'm stupid, but I'm not that stupid. We also have a director, or at least I don't know if he's confirmed, but he's in talks to do it. David Leitch is in talks to direct, which that one actually has me interested because I actually like David Leitch as a director. For those of you who are unaware, he is the one who he co-directed the first John Wick. He did Atomic Blonde, Deadpool 2, Bullet Train, which I didn't love, but I had fun with it. It was just kind of kept going on for a little too long.
Bullet Train is the ultimate background movie.
It is. It very much is. But
it is every time Sam and I have people over, Bullet Train.
Really?
Every
interesting.
Time.
Okay.
Every time, both times that my mom and my dad had visited.
Should I expect to see you to watch Bullet Train when I visit in a few weeks, Brian?
No.
Okay. All right.
I mean, it'll probably be The Office.
Okay.
So,
but
Sam is on The Office on her The Office binge right now.
Okay, sounds good. But yes, so he is in talks to direct. I don't know if he's actually confirmed, but he is in talks. And you know what? He hasn't made a bad movie. He's made some okay movies. But if he were to do a Jurassic movie, like I don't think I'd mind that. I think that could be a lot of fun.
You can definitely do worse.
Yeah. What I'm hearing, what everyone's saying is that there's totally new cast, no Chris Pratt, no Bryce Dallas Howard, none of the original three from the original movie. So oh my God, Brian.
Wait, is Blue gonna come back?
I have a more important question, Brian. What do you think it might? What if we get like live action Camp Cretaceous characters?
That would be really funny.
I
would absolutely go see it day one, and I'd see it multiple times.
Yeah, that would be our next Godzilla -1 for us.
Yeah,
just see it once a day, just to support that. But yeah,
our episode on it is going to be 3 hours long.
3 hours, motherfucker! It's going to be like 5 hours. You think it's too small,
yeah,
Brian?
Sorry, my mistake. My mistake.
But yeah, so we're not thrilled about the news, but like, I think I'm hopeful. I have a little bit of hope. I don't think it'll be good, but like, I don't know. You guys know our take on the Jurassic franchise at this point.
At the end of the day, like, if they can make just an okay Jurassic Park World movie, I'd consider it a win.
All right, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Like the Jurassic World movies, aside from hilariously enough, Fallen Kingdom, they're just forgettable.
Yeah.
And so if we could just have some more that are a little bit forgettable, but not all the way forgettable, I think maybe we could do some franchise repairing.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean,
I want more dinosaurs.
This only just. Okay. So it's set. What the fuck? That's really soon, actually. I was gonna say I don't think this has a release date set, but apparently it does for July of next year, and it's only just been announced. That seems like a really quick turnaround. Unless they,
they probably have a bunch of CG effects already made for it.
Probably,
so.
Yeah. I don't anticipate they'll do much differently than they did on Dominion, but I don't know. We'll see. Well, if it comes out next year, you can be damn sure we'll do an episode on it.
Oh yeah,
whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, that's it for the news today. And hey, how about for the new year? a return of an old segment that was once thought lost.
Oh no.
Not the r/Godzilla, just the Godzilla fandom in general kind of sucks.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah, no, I mean, you have nothing to do with r/Godzilla anymore, Brian. You pulled the plug.
Let me just say to everybody listening, I finally had enough, and I unsubscribed from r/Godzilla because I was just scrolling, and I saw one of those lazy like, "What do you think about this?" questions, and then I saw like 70 comments, and my brain just
Oh my
broke. I'm like,
God.
this, I can't do it anymore. It's just the same post over and over and over again. And people eat it up.
Yep.
It's literally the karma farm. Like, all you gotta do to get a bunch of karma in r/Godzilla, just go in there, upload a picture of a fucking kaiju like fucking Gabara or Megalon, and go, "What do you think of this?" That's it.
You know what I'm gonna do, Brian? I'm gonna make a post on r/Godzilla, and the title is just gonna be like, "I liked -1. What did you think?" And just see what happens.
I can already tell you that a bunch of annoying people are gonna come out.
I'm gonna get
work.
so much karma from that one post, I guarantee.
Yeah.
Anyways, on to the main point. So I saw this post. I'm not gonna name names, but I saw this post on both Facebook and Twitter yesterday. And I'll read it verbatim. It's come to my attention that apparently true Godzilla fans shouldn't buy the Playmates figures that are currently popping up in Walmarts and Targets. Apparently true fans should only collect the expensive, highly detailed stuff, while the cheap junk should be left for newbies. And then he posted a picture of the entire Playmates Godzilla X Kong toy line in his living room. And it really annoyed me because, like, it's a gross oversimplification. Because, like, the issue is not that that collectors shouldn't be buying these. It's the issue is that collectors and more or less scalpers are buying these in bulk. And the thing is, these are not figures. These are not collectibles. These are toys. Like, I'm just going to bring up one real quick. Hold on. I'm going to look up Playmates Godzilla. And I'm just going to take a look. See if we got an age, a recommended age on this. I don't know where's the... Okay. For Amazon, I have the 6-inch Evolved Godzilla with Heat Ray by Playmates. The recommended age from the manufacturer is 4 years and up. All right, let's keep that in mind now. So my issue is that scalpers are buying these in bulk to resell them online at a ridiculous markup, which means kids 4 years and up are going to the stores with their parents because they're like, "Hey, Mom, Dad, I want to get a Godzilla toy." And they're going there, and boom, they get to the aisle. There's fucking nothing because the scalpers keep buying them. So that's the issue here. It's not that the collectors shouldn't buy them. Like, I'm not even a big collector. You're not even a big collector, Brian. But, like, there's a couple of the figures in the Playmates line that I'm like, that's kind of cool. I kind of want that. But, like, I would much rather let, like, a little kid who is discovering Godzilla for the first time and he just wants to smash action figures together. I'd rather let that happen than me get the figure and let it sit on a shelf gathering dust still in the box for years on end. That's the issue I have with this. It's not that collectors shouldn't buy them. It's that collectors are buying them and not leaving any for the intended audience. That's my issue.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I personally, I have my things that I collect, but like I don't collect stuff on this scale, so it's hard for me to like get in that headspace.
Right.
But like when it comes to like children's toys, like yeah, I get wanting to have everything, and like there's like an adrenaline rush when you do.
Mm-hmm.
But they're fucking kids' toys. It's not impressive.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Like, like I'm not saying like I'm not agreeing with the post being like only true fans should buy like all the expensive shit, but also like I mean, if you're a big fan, part of being a big fan is sinking money into stuff.
Exactly. And Godzilla especially is a expensive hobby.
Yeah, and like, you know, if you wanted to pose the, you know, the argument that like you're fine with buying like the children's toy stuff, like that's fine, but just don't post a picture of all of it saying, "Look how much stuff I bought." Like that's just kind of like it's just kind of icky, you know?
Yeah, it's just you're bragging about it, and again, it's
Yeah.
it's like you're like holding it out of reach of a child. And the guy responded to the comment I left on it, like he does have a kid, like so the kids are gonna like play with these, but like he's still kind of missed the point in posting that in the first place, you know? Like he shouldn't have even
Yeah.
needed to post that. If he had the kids, you know, he should have known like where I was coming from. But that's it.
And also like you can post stuff it's like but he was clearly flexing to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
And flexing in any context is just not cool.
It's not. No. So
It makes you look kind of pathetic, and it's just disheartening to people that don't have the income.
exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Like that's why for me, like I don't like going on Instagram very much on the Talking Toku account. I don't like scrolling because I see everyone's huge collections and it makes me feel bad because like I said it the other day, like if I had the money to spare, like I would have definitely bought some cool figures by now. But I have to pay bills. I don't have the money for it. I'm
Right.
part-time student, part-time work. I can't do it. It just makes me feel bad. So like I'm not saying nobody should post their collection, but like some people, like if you're posting on there just to flex, like it's just not a good look.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes people not entirely happy with you, especially if they're not privileged with finances.
Yeah. So end of the day, let kids have toys. That's the point I'm trying to make here. Like you can buy them all you want, but just make sure the actual kids get to play as well. You know, we're trying
Don't
to
be a
foster
hoarder.
we're trying to foster like positivity in this fandom. If you know, if you I think we mentioned this before on some other topic, you know, if we need to be accepting as a community if we want the fandom to grow. And to get the fandom to grow, we need to let kids have fun with toys. All right.
We also need to stop getting mad at people for not preferring the new Godzilla design that comes out.
That too, yeah. But that's
every time it happens.
That's not
every time a new movie comes out, the same conversation happens. Mm-hmm. It's so annoying.
All right. Okay, we are over a half an hour into this show, Brian. We should finally talk about Ultraman, I think.
We should absolutely talk about Ultraman. You want to lead?
I suppose I can lead. I feel like you're usually our lead guy on our topics, but I'll take the reins this time. So
Thank you, gracious one.
Huh?
Thank you, gracious one.
You're very welcome. I hope you're humbled by my my choice of to take the reins. So yeah, we are talking about Ultraman Blazar, which just wrapped. It was the latest Ultraman series. It is directed by why is there no director listed on the Ultraman wiki? That's not very helpful. How would I go down all the way down to staff? There we go. That's helpful. I don't know why it wasn't listed right off the bat. But it was directed by Kiyotaka Taguchi, who has been kind of the head of the Ultraman franchise for a couple years now. He's done a bunch of stuff. He was the director for Ultraman X, Ultraman Orb. He's done a number of episodes here and there for Geed. He did Ultraman Z. And then Blazar now is the one he like helmed. He was the showrunner for. So, and you know what? Everything, most of all the stuff that he's done, I've really liked. And this one, I think, is I mean, I haven't watched X. I know people really, really like X, but that's the one I haven't watched yet. But so far, this is my favorite of Taguchi's Ultraman stuff because holy shit, is Blazar incredible.
I mean, this is just my favorite Ultraman thing, period.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's kind of like I really love Ultra Q, so it's kind of like I don't know, but they're kind of two different. They're very different.
Yeah.
But in the Ultra thing, yeah,
I mean, the thing I
Blazar
like
is
most about it is that it kind of goes away from a lot of the stuff that the franchise rather, has been doing in the past couple of years. I mean, aside from like the movies, like Shin Ultraman kind of goes into this direction as well, but it kind of forgoes the more flat. I mean, it is still flashy, but like it's more grounded. It's more like hard sci-fi than a lot of the more recent shows recently.
Definitely more hard sci-fi.
Yeah, because like it's so the plot basically revolves around, there's kaiju attacking and they're trying to figure out why, and then they eventually discover that a lot of these kaiju are coming from space, and they're like, what is going on here? And then there's like a big conspiracy within like the GGF, which is the Global Guardian Force. I almost said I don't remember what it was, but then it was right there in front of me. Thanks, Ultraman Wiki. I appreciate you. So there's a big conspiracy in the GGF involving like the history of this like meteor and this alien race called the V99, and Emmy Albe, who's one of the our main characters, like her father had something to do with it. So there's a lot of stuff going on there, and I'm surprised. I'm almost surprised by how well it kind of all ties together. There's a couple stuff that we'll get into that like it feels like there should have been more to it, but they kind of wasn't. But yeah, no, it overall really, really, really good. So
yeah, I mean my favorite thing about this show specifically was like with Trigger and Decker both, like I feel like their overarching narrative, it came into play at the beginning and then it waited until the end to tackle it. But it seemed like throughout all of this show, like they had different threads that all led to the finale,
Yeah,
like it was very consistent with what they introduced and the events of each episode. Like they were gradually building to the finale instead of just kind of picking us up and then dumping us right at the end.
Yeah, exactly. Like obviously there's a couple of filler episodes. Like, so you don't need every single episode to get you from point A to point B. Of course you're going to have a couple episodes where you're just like kind of chilling, like, but it's okay because and Brian, you and I have had this happen to us multiple times throughout this series. I've lost track of how many times I said, oh yeah, this is my favorite episode so far, to the point where I don't even know what is my favorite episode of this series because so many of them were so good.
Yeah, no, they like with Decker, I'm not even going to count Trigger because I didn't like any of Trigger, but with Decker, like there were very clearly a few episodes that stood out. But with Blazar, like honestly, all of the episodes rocked.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have my favorite, and funny enough, my favorite episode I would consider a filler episode.
I'm curious as to what it's going to be because I'm down to like 2.
Do you want to know, or do you want to wait?
We'll wait. We'll get into it because I'm down to like 2. I'm between 2 episodes, and I think I have a feeling that yours is going to be one of the 2 I have.
Probably will be. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this show was just it's definitely been my favorite that we've covered on the show.
Yeah, for sure. And hey, now that we're actually talking about it, we can go back to the thread that we dropped in the very beginning of the episode. We're talking about the Big Bang Theory. We can go back to that.
Oh yeah. Yes.
So
bringing it back. It all comes full circle.
Yeah, the first kaiju that shows up in the series is named Bazanga. Bazanga. Like we both had to do like a double take. Like, did he just fucking say Bazinga? Is that really the monster's name? And it was very, very close. It was Bazanga, but we just kept calling him Bazinga.
Is the universe trying to tell me something with how we were gonna record today and my teacher show be that clip?
Maybe. I think it's telling you that we should do that April Fool's Day episode and watch The Big Bang Theory, Brian. That's what I'm hearing.
Still no.
Okay. All right. That's fine, I suppose. But yeah, so Bazanga shows up And Gento, who is our main character, our Ultra host, who I actually really like. He's a really, really fun character. He's probably my favorite Ultra host, probably
he was
since Ultraman Orb, because Guy is just... I love Guy, and I'll talk more about him later on because I watched the Ultraman Geed movie the other day, and he shows up, but we'll get into that. But Gento is a really interesting character. He's a little older. Like a lot of the Ultraman hosts from the past couple of years have been like on the younger side, like kind of almost some of them younger than us. Like I just finished Ultraman Geed. Like Riku is 19 in that, and so he's very young. I don't even know if Trigger or Decker, like if we got confirmed ages for those characters, but they were definitely younger on the younger side for sure. But Gento is like an adult man, so it was really refreshing.
He seems like he's like in his 30s.
Yeah, he actually has his life together.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was one of the things that we like kept talking about when we were watching it. Like, it's nice to actually see his like family life, because like we didn't get any of that shit with the other series.
And he actually has a family. Like that's the interesting thing. Like
God, in the final scene of the show, oh yeah, that was good. It just like all pays off. It just makes you feel good, you know?
Yeah, it's really something. Yeah, we haven't really had an Ultraman host that like, it's always kind of skirting on the whole double life, like secret identity thing that like American fiction tends to do. Like, but it's always like they're always like involved in the kaiju fighting from the get-go, which Gento still is. He's part of Scarred, but like we never in the past we don't really see the personal lives of a lot of the hosts. But Gento, like, he has a wife and a son. So we actually, and we get a little bit of that in like some of the older Showa stuff, like Return of Ultraman, specifically. Is it Return of Ultraman I'm thinking of? I think so. I'm pretty sure it's Return of Ultraman I'm thinking of. It's been a couple years, but yeah, that was really refreshing for at least for a lot of the new generation Reiwa era stuff. It was just really interesting to see him like go home and just be a normal dude for once after all these weeks of just fighting kaiju nonstop. It was really, really refreshing.
Yeah. And there were even a few episodes where they were like actual central characters in the narrative of the episode, which is like very surprising. Like there's that one episode of there's like the baby kaiju being, and then there's like the big one trying to protect it. And like his family is like in that episode, like as characters, and like it's just surprising. It's a nice change of pace.
Which one was that? I'm trying to figure out which. Oh, it was Damaga. Yes, that was the one.
Yeah. Yep.
Was that the first one that we saw? That we kind of saw his family? I can't remember.
I think it might have been the first time that we saw them like in detail,
because I know it took a couple episodes for us to to have that revelation that like, oh, he has a family he goes home to. Like that wasn't made clear like from the very beginning. It took a couple episodes to get to that point, I'm pretty sure, but I don't remember which episode that was. I don't know. Whatever.
Ooh, I just realized that there's also another episode that I'm.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the same episode.
Wow,
that I have
actually, I just the name of the episode with Gento's family is just Parent and Child.
Oh wow, that's pretty on the nose.
So, it's just what it's called. That's funny.
Incredible. Oh
nice.
God, there's another episode. That's me. All right, now I got 3. Shit. See what I mean? There's just too many good episodes in this series, and that's so. I remember a lot of people when Ultraman Z first aired, everyone was saying like, "Oh, this is like a really good starting point." Like, yeah, it is, but I think Blazer's a much better starting point to get into Ultraman. I think.
I feel like if you showed me this show I would be all over Ultraman. I'd be like, yes, I understand.
You would have like 7 Ultraman
but-
tattoos already
But instead, I was brought in
with Trigger.
And I'm sad.
And I have regretted that ever since. I'm sorry, Brian, but you get it now.
Really makes you think about your life sometimes.
That's the important thing. You understand now.
I do. Yeah, I do get it.
So,
do we want to talk about the big man himself?
and how much of an insane creature he is?
I just remember your first line about him when we watched the first episode was, "Wow, he's a talker."
He was, and then it got so much worse or better depending on how you look at it.
I think better.
I agree. I think better too. Yeah.
So I'm actually not entirely like clear on Ultraman Blazar's like origins.
I don't
like
think we ever got like a full a satisfying just details about his origins. I think
did he like come through that black hole that they like made in that lab?
it
Is
was
that where he came from? Because it seems like that's where he came from.
Yeah. I'm honestly unsure. Like I almost feel like I have to like rewatch the show because I feel like there's a lot of stuff I may have missed, honestly. But
This is the one Ultraman show that I intentionally did not get high for.
that probably would have been the a good call. So I'm gonna bring. I have his bio up on the Ultraman wiki. So I'm gonna just go over it real quick. Let's see. On September 9th, 2020, 3 years before the present day, the wormhole generator that was left behind by the aliens that visited the Earth in the year 1999 was activated at a laboratory in Gifu Prefecture in an attempt to reestablish contact with them. So far, I think you're right, Brian. However, something went wrong and the building had to be evacuated when the GGF captain Gento Hiruma went back to the rescue more people. He came across a wormhole and dived in without hesitation, leading to his first meeting and bonding with the giant of light from Blazar M421. The entity then went dormant within him, and then the lab was okay. Yeah. So yes, you were right. He came out of a black hole, basically.
Oh hell yeah, that's fucking metal as hell.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, but interesting that he's not from the land of light. I guess that kind of tracks as to why none of the other ultras show up, because they always have like at least one ultra show up. Maybe in the movie, I don't know, but
he's just out there doing his own thing.
He's out there doing his own thing. He's doing a big yell, a big scream, because
yeah,
boy does he do that.
So would we consider this like the most OP Ultraman recently?
Recently.
I mean, he like kind of fucks shit up pretty hard.
I haven't,
like, without even needing different forms.
I haven't watched any of the Ultra Fight stuff in the past couple of years, so I don't know what's going on there. Because I know they have like a couple new characters, like Ultraman Regulos. I know is a thing, but I don't know who they. I know nothing about him.
All right, well, let me rephrase. More like between Trigger, Decker, and Blazar. Blazar is definitely,
I would say,
the
Blazar.
most OP.
Because Blazar, and I know this part of this is just because they shook up the formula a bit. Blazar doesn't really. He has one extra, and it's not even a form. It's just like a power up. Decker and Trigger and Zet even, like, they all have like different forms they use for different scenarios. Blazar, he's got none of that, man. He doesn't need any other forms. He just needs a power up near the end of the show, and he'll just take it head on. And boy, does he take it head on. He has no reservations about leaping headfirst into battle most of the time.
Yeah.
He's got some interesting fighting techniques as well. Like, I think the one that really destroyed us mentally was it Gubila? No, it wasn't Gubila. It was a new kaiju. It was early on. It was like the fish kaiju, where he brought out his big light spear and turned it into a fishing hook, and then he
Oh,
went
yes.
fishing, and then he caught the big monster whose name I'm gonna forget, which really sucks because all the kaiju in this were like incredible.
Oh my god, yeah, they were. Every design was a banger. There were no Spearsaurus situations.
Oh wow, that was the second episode. It was a Gyarados. So he went fishing, and then he speared it through, and he made he cooked the fish. He cooked Gyarados after he caught him.
Jesus
it was
Christ.
kind of insane.
He's incredible.
He really is. Also, he has this weird tendency to like contort his body for really no discernible reason. Like,
Yeah.
he like twisted his body 360 degrees, his torso 360 degrees, just to like throw a spear. And then also he like leaned back and like bent over backwards to throw something. It was very strange. It's not really clear why he does that. Or maybe it's just because he thinks
he does
it
it
looks
to
cool.
be awesome.
Yeah, he just does it to be awesome, which, hey, I don't blame him. It is pretty awesome. So good on him.
Hey, you know what else he does though?
What?
He throws Dark Souls lightning spears.
You brought that up multiple times. That it was
But
just-
that is literally what they are. It's amazing.
I'll take your word for it. I haven't played Dark Souls, so couldn't tell you.
You should fix that.
I know.
should fix that.
I know.
I got all of them. We'll go through them.
I know.
Fire.
All right, we'll start with Dark Souls 2. How about?
All right, I'll play it.
Damn, I thought that was gonna.
I gotta get
change
on
your
my
mind.
unbanned account, but
Your unbanned account? Why do you have a banned account?
I don't even know anymore, man.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. All right, but yeah, we haven't really talked about him yelling. We just keep talking about him yelling, but we haven't gone into it. He just yells all the time.
Yeah, he yells a lot.
For
He doesn't
no-
really do the. I don't know. He doesn't really do the normal Ultraman thing. He kind of just goes. Whoa.
He does do the schwash stuff when he like flies away, like all the Ultramans do, but like everything in between, he's still making noise, and it's just really, really funny. Like you said, like when he first showed up, I was like, oh, he's a talker, and then it blew up, and it just kept going. I'm like, oh, he really is a talker. Fuck. And I
mean, it's like a battle cry.
It
like,
is.
It's just all he's doing.
It's really
just
a battle
over
cry.
and over again. Yeah.
And it gives him a lot of personality as a character, which is nice.
Yeah. I feel like this Ultraman more than more than Decker and Trigger definitely had its very distinct personality.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's just a Chad. Like he's like a bruiser.
He is.
He's a big tough guy. I mean, actually, speaking of him being a talker, he literally talks at the end of the show.
He does, and I think, I think when that happened, we had the wrong idea, because I brought up the fact like, oh, could he just talk this whole time, but he was screaming just for shits and giggles? I don't think that was the case. I thought about it a little more. I think it was a We Are Groot situation from the end of Guardians of the Galaxy. Like he learned enough English to be able to say that one thing before going into battle one more time. I think that's more likely what happened. Though it is funny to just consider that, oh, he could have just talked the whole time, but he decided to scream just because he wanted to.
I mean, personally, I like that idea because it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely it is. But I think the former is the more likely scenario of what actually canonically happened.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But so do we want to go into our favorite episodes, Brian?
I think we should go into our favorite episodes.
Plural, because I think we have too many.
I mean, I still have my distinct favorite one.
Okay.
Let me just find it. Where is...
I'm just going to open up the ones. Because I have a couple. There's at least 3. I don't know.
At least 3.
At least 3. I'm pretty sure only 3. I don't know how many more there are other than that.
Let me see.
I don't know how many more there are other than that. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3.
Okay. All right. Well, I think I'm good.
I think I'm also good.
Cool.
Go for it, Brian. What are your favorite episodes? Tell me.
My favorite episode by far is the Alien Samurai one, which I think is
The Wandering
the
Zangil.
Wandering Zangil.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
Brian. That's one of mine
I
too.
mean, it is definitely a filler episode. But it is just fucking awesome. Like it's literally an alien samurai, and Captain Gento's just helping him out with his problems, trying to help him on this journey that this guy's been on for millennia. I think it's to,
You got to
is it to
mention.
kill a certain amount
Yeah,
of things?
he's got to kill a bunch of he's like killing kaiju ghosts. I'm pretty sure he's like absorbing the
Yeah.
souls, like the souls of
Yes,
dead
he's
kaiju.
a fucking Ghostbuster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a
Yeah,
Ghostbuster.
he's a fucking Ghostbuster. And then yeah. So he does it. And then he dies. And I was actually very upset about that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that one. That was probably the last one that I was like, oh, this is my favorite episode so far. I think because not that it wouldn't. Go on.
Go ahead.
You go ahead. Fuck you.
Oh, I was just saying it's great because like it's a filler episode, but we still get a lot of really good character development for Gento.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, the Zangil, or is that what it's called?
Zangil, yeah.
What his
or Zangil, I guess.
Yeah. Well, they just talk about like you know, about life and shit, and it's just like very nice to hear. And I don't know, like it was just a really good episode. It was great. But I can talk about my second favorite.
Go for it, because I think it's going to be my second favorite as well.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
My second favorite is Planet of Music.
Yep. There we go.
Is it? Oh,
Yep.
wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that one was really good too. I liked Planet of Music a lot. It because we both, again, like you said, we both really like Ultra Q, and this was a very like a big love letter to Ultra Q for sure.
Oh my god, it had Ultra Q written all over it.
Yeah, I mean it brought Garamon back. It brought the cicada people.
Oh my
back.
god, he looks so good in this show.
I'm pretty sure it was a new suit too.
That totally makes sense because it looked really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so that one. So I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember the plot of that one. Someone. There's like a. Oh god,
I have it here.
I'm blanking on it. Yeah.
It's Henri receives a letter. It contained a concert ticket for a band led by Huichi Tsukishi, someone that Henri had gotten to know through music. That's when the robot kaiju Garamon appears from a meteorite that came from outer space. Henri realizes that Garamon's behavior is controlled by a mysterious sound wave, and she has a hunch. And so it turns out that this band that she knows the one of the musicians.
They're
leader,
all aliens, right?
They're all aliens,
That's what
and they're controlling Garamon
through music. And the neat part is that when Garamon first shows up and they start the music, they're playing an orchestral version of the Ultra Q theme. And it took me a second to realize that, like, wait, hold on a second. And that was a really satisfying like thing for me. But yeah, no, that one was really, really cool. I again, we love Ultra Q, but that one, and Henri, like, that's another thing that this show does really well. Like, it doesn't waste the side characters. Like, everyone has a moment or episode that like they have to themselves, like that they're the central emotional core of the story. Like, this one was for Henri. Oh god, what's his name? I'm blanking on it. It was the one with.
Who was the one who had the washer machine episode?
Oh yeah, where he talked to the washing machine, and he had a name for it.
Who was that?
Yeah. Oh.
was that the technician guy? Or
it was the
like
technician guy, and I'm blanking on his name, and I feel bad because I really liked that episode.
Yeah. Oh my god. Hold on. Was it
Oh, I got it. It's
Yasunobu?
Yasunobu. Yes, that's the one.
Yeah. Yeah. God, that was also a good episode.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, you know what I realized? Speaking of that episode, we haven't even talked about our other boy, not just Blazar. We haven't
Oh
talked about
yeah.
Earth Garen.
Yeah, definitely not Kiryu.
He basically is Kira. Now he's very Mechagodzilla
Yeah.
inspired, but it's okay because he's such a cool design unto himself
Yeah.
that it really doesn't matter. Um, and he's got a personality all on his own too because he can talk later on. They give him a voice like halfway through the show or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a lot of fun. He's a because they always have mechs in these shows recently, but this is the first time they've like given it a personality that like so he's actually like part of the team, which is nice. But yeah, Earth Garen or Earthy as Yasunobu calls him, he's a fun addition for sure.
Yeah.
I keep,
like all the different I like all the different iterations that he goes
oh
through.
like the weapon mods he gets. Yeah, that's fun. I keep
It
getting
kind, it kind of
ads.
makes up it kind of makes up for the lack of like different Ultraman forms, honestly.
It does.
Yeah. Like it's not 1-to-1, but like at least, Earth Garen's getting upgrades and it's Blazar stays basically the same for like half the show or something.
I keep getting ads for like a night. I think it's from Tamashi, for an Earth Garen figure arts figure. I'm like, fuck, that looks really cool. I really want it, but also I don't really care for Tamashi anymore. Like I'm not really into their figures all that much, so I know like if I buy it, it's not going to be quite that good. So I'm like, nah, I can't do it. I'm not gonna do it. But maybe in the future we'll get a real nice figure for him, and I will buy it.
I think you're lying to yourself. I think you're gonna get it.
Shut up, Brian. I will not. I will stay strong.
Okay. All right.
I got one more favorite episode that I want to mention,
Oh hell yeah!
and I'm kind of surprised you didn't mention this one. It's
but I might go like, oh yes, as soon as you say
okay.
it. So
You
go
probably
ahead.
are. I have a good feeling that you will. It's Betwixt Morn and Dusk, the one with Gavadon. The kids when they draw him and then he comes to life.
Oh my god, yes.
There you go. There
Yes.
it is. There's that moment of realization I was
There it
hoping
is. And that was completely organic too.
for. Yep. I
had
know
my hands on my head and everything.
Perfect. But
Hell yeah.
that one. So I really loved the Gavadon. Was that I can't remember if that was a two-parter in the original series. Was it? No, it wasn't. That was one episode. Wow. Okay. But yeah, no, I love the Gavadon episode from the original series. That's one of my favorites from the original series. I like a lot of Akio Josoji's stuff, but this one was like really, really good. It actually might be my like number one favorite episode the more I think about it. So Jun, which is Gento's son, like he and his friends draw the kaiju Gavadon, and he comes to life as he does in the original. Just I can't remember how the reasoning for him going to life, but that's not really important. But everyone's like, oh, it's a kaiju, we gotta kill it, he's gonna destroy everything, which is like not what's happening. He's kind of just chilling. He's not
Yeah.
he's just hanging out. He's not really harming anyone. He's sleeping most of the time. He's sleeping until everyone starts to attack him, Ultraman included. And literally every attack that either the GGF or Ultraman or I don't even know was okay, Earth Garen wasn't that episode. I was pretty sure, but I wasn't like 100%. Every attack just literally bounces right off him because he's basically made of rubber. I mean, when he moves, it's making squeaking sounds. When he's walking, he's not even walking, he's like waddling basically. And Ultraman's like, all right, this guy's not harming anyone. Let's just get him out of here. He's really just in the way. He's not doing anything bad. He's just kind of in the way. So he just kind of carries him off into space. And all the kids are really sad at the end. It was really kind of emotional. But that episode.
Hey, you forgot something important.
I did. What?
You got turned. Remember they turned him into a constellation.
They did, which is what the same thing they did in the original show as well. They turned him into a constellation.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not entirely sad.
It's true. Yeah, he's still out there, living his life. But that was an episode that really hammered home, like, this is still a show for kids, but like it can be really mature and well written. So
yeah, I mean, people in like the last episode fucking die.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you see, that last episode is a trip.
But yeah, I think that's my favorite episode of Ultraman Blazar.
Oh, so the Betwixt Morn and Dusk is your favorite?
I think so. Yeah, it's down to that and the Wandering Zangil.
Yeah, I mean, this one, Gento-san, I'm telling you, like, they're main characters in some of the episodes.
Yeah, I know.
So, it's just such a nice change of pace. I hope we get to see more, like, in future series. Like, I hope we get more of like their personal life, like outside of whatever organization they're a part of.
I hope so too. Cool. Like I'm hoping that like Tsuburaya has like caught on to how successful Blazar was on a critical level and be like, oh, this works really, really well. Let's do more of stuff like this. I don't know if they will. We'll find out in a couple months, I'm sure, because Ultraman is a yearly thing. So I don't know. Yeah. I'm actually looking up now.
I hope so, because like thinking about Trigger and Decker, like my biggest point of disappointment was that they are essentially the same format.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is just people in an organization fighting monsters, and like that's what people expect, but also like eventually like you kind of want a little more, like a little more substance.
Mm-hmm.
And this show coming off of those two is perfect. It gave me more.
Right.
Outside of the staples of the franchise, and I really appreciated that. It was really good. Yeah. I think I said it before, but I would definitely give this show like an 8, maybe an 8.5 out of 10. Like it was real good.
I think I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I did 4.5 on my Letterboxd.
I think my only like point of my only complaints really is like I feel like some of the crew like doesn't get as much attention as some of the others. And I also kind of wanted, I don't know, like I don't know. Maybe it is a 9. I think it is a 9. I had another thing I wanted to say, but I don't remember what it was.
I mean, there is still like I said earlier, there's some plot lines that like feel like they get wrapped up too quickly. Like the biggest one for me is that like everything with Emmy's dad, like
yes, that's what I was trying to think of. Yeah.
Like we get the whole thing with like she finds the compound and there's the big phoenix looking thing in the compound and she releases it with the ghost of her dad, and then that's kind of it. And it felt like there was more there to cover, and then the show never touches back on it. Like she's like, yeah, okay, I'm cool with this. I saw my dad's ghost. Everything's fine.
Yeah. It was they definitely wrapped that up like really quickly, and it felt a little weird. And like Emmy still had like her dad's journal or whatever, and like that comes into play later on.
Yeah,
but
like
also
during the finale.
It's not like it doesn't really feel like a conclusion to that plot line. It just feels like they were like, all right, well, we got to end this so we can get to the the finale plot line. Which I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I guess like my only other thing, and like I don't even know how to fix this because at the end of the day, I really loved all the episodes. I just feel like 25 episodes is a lot.
That's
It's a lot.
that's the normal amount of episodes for these shows, though.
I
mean,
know I know, but
it's-
like if, as an outsider, like I haven't been watching Ultraman for very long, but I just feel like all the series is like they go on for a while.
Well,
and
hey,
like I
look at
forget
it
about
this
a lot
way,
of stuff
Brian.
that happens.
Look at it this way. Back in the Showa era, they were 50 episodes.
Oh, I know. I know.
But also, they
I
didn't really...
realize how stupid of a criticism that is.
Mhm.
Like that a number of episodes, because at the end of the day, like I loved all these episodes. Like,
Everyone's gonna be tweeting.
there's not really
us
one I
being
didn't
like,
like.
"Hey, Brian, you're stupid for saying this. How dare you?
This
You
is
should
what-
never watch
this is
Ultraman
what-
ever again."
This is for what we're gonna have to apologize for.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna have to do that apology episode a lot sooner than we thought. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh man. Oh well. Nice.
But anything else we wanted to cover for Mr. Blazar?
No, I mean, I think that wraps it up. It was really, really good.
I have one question for you though, Brian. Which was your favorite kaiju? Because they were all really, really
Ooh.
good.
Ooh, that's a really good question.
Because I don't even know if I have a favorite, because they were, again, all really, really good.
You know which one I really liked? And I gotta like try and see, is it this one?
Describe him. Maybe I will.
That like the big kind of rock monster thing with like the
Dorgo.
weird like, yes, he was cool.
Dorgo is definitely a standout, because that episode's
Yeah.
funny, because like they're testing new guns for Earth Garen, but they didn't mount the guns on Earth Garen yet. They just have them like as mounted turrets, and then Dorgo shows up and it's like, oh whoops, we accidentally mounted these rail cannons onto the back of this kaiju. Sorry, our bad. It's like, how did you not?
Oh my god,
How did you mess that up? How did you
he
not
looks
realize?
so cool. He looks so cool. Yeah, Dorgo is my favorite. for sure.
Okay, that's a good choice.
I mean, like I another thing I want to give a shout out to is the final boss kaiju.
Oh,
in
Verilon.
this. Verilon, I feel like
Verilon was
both
pretty
Trigger
cool.
and Decker have kind of missed the mark with their final boss kaiju,
Hmm.
but this one was like right on the money. It nailed the disgusting space thing that they were going for, and I loved the thing's face. Not my favorite, but I did.
Mhm.
I liked it. It was very nice.
All right. I don't know which one mine is.
you?
Man, I don't know. There are a lot of good choices.
Yeah.
I mean, Bazanga did a really good, like, left a really good first impression.
Yeah. And he looks cool too.
I like
Actually, you know what? He looks a lot like Verilon, actually.
Really? Well, they're all from space,
He
so
does.
that kind of tracks.
Yeah.
Zugugan was really cool. I liked Zugugan a lot.
What about the did you like the Stranger Things kaiju?
I did. I actually did like Lavera. It was basically just the Demogorgon from Stranger Things, just as a kaiju. It's such a weird alien looking design that we don't get all that often in tokusatsu media. It's unsettling, and that's kind of why I like it.
Yeah.
He's based on like an actual sea creature, right? Yeah, sea angel, whatever the hell that is.
Which one is it? Oh yeah.
What the hell's a sea angel? Oh yeah. Okay. It doesn't really look like what Lavera looks like, but sure, I guess. Whatever.
I was gonna say Teganular is also one that
Teganular
stood out to
is
me.
good.
I like that design a lot.
I remember you liked Teganular. You liked oh, what's his name? The big starfish looking guy. Gabalga. You really liked Gabalga too.
Oh, hold on, let me. Oh yeah. Oh my god, I love Gabolga. Okay, you know what? I think he takes my place as my number one.
All right.
I love Starfish Guy. Hell yeah. Yeah, I really like that.
All right,
Okay.
cool.
Thank you for reminding me.
Of course, no problem. All right, I think that's actually the last word we have to say on Ultraman Blazar. Go watch it because you have literally no reason to, because it's free. It's free on YouTube. It's free on the Ultraman Connection website, even though the website's kind of a pain in the ass to navigate. But it's okay because you can watch Ultraman Blazar and Ultraman Z and some other stuff too, probably, I'm sure. I don't know if they, I'm pretty sure they have like all the other shows they've been simulcasting on that as well. But yeah, go watch it. You have no reason not to. Go on.
Yeah.
We'll wait. We waited before. We'll wait again. All right. Yeah, that'll be it for Ultraman Blazar. I'm excited to see whatever comes next. When I can't remember. When do these usually start? Is it like late summer? Usually, is that when it is?
I think I saw that it started in June.
First episode was
June
in
or
July. July 8th was when the first episode aired. So, damn. That lasted a lot longer than I thought. It doesn't feel like it's been that long, but it's 25 episodes. I guess that would be half a year if it's a weekly series. That does track. But yeah, I guess we'll find out. I mean, I'm sure there'll be an announcement, like a trailer for the whatever the new show is coming up within the next couple of months. Actually, I think they had the teaser for Blazar as a post credits for the Decker film. So when the Blazar movie comes out this month, there will probably be a post credits thing with the teaser for the next show. So we'll keep an eye out for that because we're definitely gonna watch that Blazar movie. Don't you worry.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if we'll review it. Probably not. We didn't review the other Ultraman films, so
Unless it's really good.
unless it's really good, who knows? But should we move on to our next segment, Brian?
I think we absolutely should move on.
What new cool kaiju thing are you checking out right now, Brian? Tell me, regale me.
Well, a few things actually.
A few things. Whoa.
If you remember back a half an hour ago to the beginning of the show, or not half an hour ago, an hour and a half ago.
That's a long time.
Feels like. But anyways, me and number one fan of the show, Sam, played through the Minecraft Godzilla experience. And it is, I'm not even kidding, probably the best Godzilla game ever made.
Insane. That's just an insane statement to say in the year of our Lord.
Big hot take. Most Godzilla games are not very good. Sorry. But yeah, no. It was so much better than I thought it would be. The actual like little game modes that you get are, they're pretty mixed. But the standout is the Shin Godzilla one. It is very clear that the creator for this DLC fucking loves Shin Godzilla.
You said it was like a tower defense thing, right?
Yeah, it is essentially a tower defense mode where you hold off the 3 different versions of Shin Godzilla, and you got to in between after you drive him off each time, you get like 15 minutes to run around this really cool like full like city. To pick up resources, and you get to place your traps and stuff.
That actually is really cool.
It's just so fucking cool. It has so much effort put behind it, and I mean, I honestly want to go back and play it because it was just like such a good time.
I mean, nothing's stopping you.
No, it's not. I mean, Sam and I are probably going to go play it at some point pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and then probably the next best one is the Brawler that they made, which is insane to me. It's literally a different game inside of Minecraft. They made like it's like a 3D melee type game, kind of like all the other Godzilla games where you beat up other monsters.
For that, like
it's got like
I think I saw
everybody.
I saw Gigan and I think Mecha King Ghidorah in the trailer.
I'm pretty sure the only character you can play as is Godzilla, but you fight King Ghidorah, you fight Mecha King Ghidorah, you fight Destroya, you fight Kamanga, Kamacuras, Rodan, and just a lot more. I'm blanking on right
Damn,
now.
okay.
Like there's a lot of shit you fight. It's like 6 waves. It's all pretty difficult. I honestly hope they add more to it because like I want to go back and play it, but it's very one note. But it's still a good time.
Now here's
like,
I have a very important question for you regarding that mode, Brian. I'm sure they have
Go ahead.
Mecha Godzilla in it. Yes.
Yes.
Which
do.
Mecha Godzilla?
The original.
Okay, good. Very nice.
Yeah.
Good job, Mojang.
Yeah. And then the next mini game that was good was the one for the original movie. That one is just a series of like scenarios that they put you in where you have to like you can get to the end of the stage, but there's like a little thing you can do in there. Like you can save somebody by putting out some fires. You can find a drill to open a gate that someone is trapped behind. And there's another one, or there's like a generator that you can fix. And then you can run to the end of the stage, and then you get to the next one. I mean, it's very cool. The spectacle is really, really nice in that one. Godzilla's just kind of like there in the middle of the scene. He's just very imposing. And all the Godzilla models that they made look amazing. Like no joke. Funny enough, the ones that look the worst are the MonsterVerse ones. They look not very good. And speaking of the MonsterVerse ones, the mini game for Godzilla vs. Kong is fucking awful. It is by far the worst one, and it honestly feels like the only reason they put it in there was just to please MonsterVerse fans.
I think. Well, I don't know about pleasing MonsterVerse fans. I think they had to kind of had
market to them,
to market
probably.
because the new movie's coming out. That's probably the real reason for it. But
but with that one, it's so boring. You literally fly around in one of those heave things, and you take pictures. And there's like one collectible you can take a picture of, and that's it. And you just have to not miss each prompt when it comes up. And honestly, it's literally just watching fight scenes happen, which is basically just like watching the MonsterVerse.
damn.
So it honestly feels like they put that mini game in there as a bit of a dig. Like, and you know what? I'm not. I feel like I'm actually kind of accurate with that too, because they have like a collection hall that you can go to, and you get like money for doing each of the mini games, and you like slot machine it. Like you give this little like one of those, what's that thing where it's like a dispenser and it pops out one of those things that you open up and there's like a little toy in it.
Oh, like a gotcha.
Yeah, it's like that. You give your money to that, and it gives you different things in your collection hall.
Ew,
There
okay.
is not. There are four levels to the collection room, and there is not a single thing in there for the MonsterVerse.
Oof.
Nothing.
That ain't good.
The top floor, it goes by era. So it starts with Showa, Heisei, and then Millennium. And the top floor is just Shin Godzilla. That's it.
Jesus, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if the creator just really doesn't like the MonsterVerse or something, but either way, fucking hilarious. If you love Shin Godzilla, like #1 fan of the show, Sam, loves Shin Godzilla, then you're gonna love the DLC.
Okay. Did they have anything for the
it's
Polygon trilogy?
No, nothing.
Big rip.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a pretty good DLC to Minecraft. If you're a Minecraft fan, I'd say check it out. The skins that they give you are fine, but I'm gonna stick to my Adventure Time skins.
Gotcha.
So
all right, I'll have to. I'm definitely.
And then
on
the other
checking it
thing
out, Oh, go on. I didn't know.
you're
I
gonna
didn't
check
realize
it.
there was more.
Yeah, you should you should definitely buy Minecraft now that you don't have Game Pass.
I know I should. I'll get to it.
Yeah. But the other thing I've been checking out is I'm still watching Attack on Titan. I'm on season 4 now.
Oh, okay.
And
Damn.
boy, does it get weird.
I'm still on almost halfway through season 3 now. I'm taking my time with it.
Yeah.
The way I
Just,
watch.
let me know when you get to season 4. I just want to hear your take on how interesting it gets.
Brian, now that you're on season 4, I should tell you that supposedly the ending is very divisive.
Oh,
Like, I'm talking the last couple episodes of Evangelion divisive.
oh, that's interesting.
So I don't know what happens. I know literally nothing about what happens in season 4. I've just heard that one thing, that it's a very divisive ending.
I can't wait to watch it.
So let me know what happened. Well, don't let me know what happens. Just let me know how you feel about what happens, because I want to know. I'm
gonna send you a thumbs up, an okay sign, or a thumbs down, depending on how it goes.
Okay, I'll take it. Don't tell me it's Attack on Titan related. Just send the emoji out of nowhere with no context.
That's what I was gonna do.
Okay, cool, sick. Glad we're on the same page.
Yeah.
I'm still, like I said, I'm still like a little less than halfway through season 3. They just killed Rod Rice, Titan Rod Rice, big gross.
Oh, how'd you like the disgusting face of that thing?
Fucking sick, dude. I was like, oh, that's pretty gnarly.
Awesome?
That's pretty gnarly.
It was, oh my god, it was so awesome.
Yeah, no, it was really cool.
Yeah, and I love the way that they killed that thing.
Yeah, they're just cutting up all the chunks. It was pretty neat.
Yeah,
but
yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, so I'll get there. I'll catch up eventually. Like I said, I take my time on it. The way I watch TV is I have a couple shows I watch at a time. I watch a single episode of each a day, just to, I don't really like binging anymore. It just binging just feels, to me, it just feels exhausting. So I like to savor things when I'm watching it. So that's how I go. That's how I do it. So it's slow, but I'll get there. Don't worry.
I believe in you, Dave.
Thank you, Brian. At least someone does. But it's funny, for once you've gotten me beat this week, Brian, because I only have one thing I've been checking out, and you have two.
Oh, damn.
The tables have turned for once.
How the turntables?
How do you feel, Brian? You're actually on for this segment. I think for the first time in the history of Talking Toku, you are on top of me in this segment.
Nah, there's no way. Really?
I think so.
All right. I mean, I'll take the win.
Cool. Yeah. Take the compliment. Fuck.
Get fucked, Dave. Get fucked.
But like I said, I watched the Ultraman Gene movie, Connect the Wishes, recently, and oddly enough, I think I kind of like the movie more than the show itself. And yeah, having Guy and Juggler from Ultraman Orb show up in the movie probably had something to do with that. But just overall, like, a lot of the characters in G they never really grabbed me, and it was kind of unfair to watch this concurrently with Ultraman Blazar, which knocked things out of the park consistently week to week. But I don't know, because this is a movie, it's just a glorified side story, so there's not a whole lot of stakes. It's not part of the overarching plot of the series itself. It's just, I felt like I could kind of just more kick back and relax and enjoy it. There's no stakes. I actually really like the vibe of it. It takes place in Okinawa, so it's got kind of like a tropical island paradise kind of vibe going for it. And they have like this, because it takes place in Okinawa, they do something similar to Toho with King Caesar. They have like a Shisa based kaiju, and it's really cool. And I can't remember the name of it. And I got to look it up because I want to show you, because I think you, Brian, will really like how this guy looks. But I can't remember his name.
Show me, I want to see it.
I'm going to show you. He's a big lion-looking dude.
Oh hell yeah. Lions
Uh,
are so cool.
where are you? Where are you? Gukulu Shisa. Gukulu Shisa. Yeah, okay, that's how that's. Look at this. Uh, look at this guy, Brian.
Oh hell yeah. That guy looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's really, really cool.
He looks like a fucking like statue.
Oh yeah, I mean he is. He's based on Shisa, so. But yeah, no,
Fucking
yeah, so I think I talked about Ultraman Orb a while ago when I was watching that show, and I think I mentioned at the time that I preferred Juggless Juggler as more of an anti-hero, how he was in Ultraman Z, rather than like a villain, how he was in Orb. And so now in the movie, he is more of an anti-hero, so I kind of liked him more. But also, he's way more flamboyant almost, which is weird to consider because he was already very flamboyant. So one of the characters in Jeed is this like businessman named Leto, and it's a really fun dynamic because Ultraman Zero, who's like a very confident, arrogant, arrogant's not really the right word, but he's very confident and outgoing. Like Leto ends up becoming the host for Ultraman Zero, and Leto is this kind of like this very shy, quiet businessman. So it's a really funny dynamic between Leto and Zero. But for some reason in the movie, Juggler kind of takes a shine to Leto, and he keeps calling him daddy throughout the whole movie. It's very strange. And I'm pretty sure he like actually actively sexually assaults him. Like he grabs his ass at one point. Very strange.
Okay.
It's okay. It's Juggler. He can get away with it. He's an alien. They don't know how it works. They don't know how it works on Earth, man. Don't worry about it.
Jesus.
It's
okay.
But no, Juggler is great. I love Juggler. He improves any piece of media he's in. I trust me. Just trust me on this, Brian. Please.
I trust you.
But yeah, that's really the only thing I've been checking out. I mean, I could talk about one other thing. It's really not kaiju related. I've been reading the second chess team novel by friend of the show, Jeremy Robinson, Instinct. The first one definitely had a kaiju in it because it was about the Hydra, but I'm about 3/4 of the way through the book. There is neither hide nor hair of anything kaiju related. It's just got like Neanderthals living in the present time. Not really kaiju related, so.
Oh,
but it's so good.
Neanderthals are cool.
It is. It's
They're
so
stupid.
But these ones aren't, Brian. That's the thing. They're smart. They've evolved.
Actually, I'm pretty sure. Apparently, Neanderthals actually had more brain matter than Homo sapiens.
See,
so I think they actually were smarter than us.
There we go. It's true. Instinct is not a piece of fiction. It's not fiction.
But I heard that on a YouTube video, so don't quote me on that.
Okay. Who knows then? But yeah, that's really all I've been checking out is just the Ultraman Jeed movie and technically Instinct, but that's not really kaiju. I can't even stretch that one to be about kaiju, even though the book series has had kaiju in it before, so I'll give it that. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for the week. Unless there's anything you wanna add, Brian.
No, not me.
Okay. Well, in that case, that's it.
Yep.
Go check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, all at Talking Toku. Come join our Discord server. We've been playing a lot of games recently, a lot of Lethal Company. Maybe if we can get some other people in, maybe some Star Wars Empire at War. What's the max amount of players for that game, Ryan?
A lot, but the game runs like shit.
That is true. I mean, it was running pretty sluggishly last night with just three of us.
The three of us.
Yeah,
it was a slide.
That was pretty bad. So I don't know. We'll see. And at least 4 of us in the server have golf with your friends. If we can get like a huge game of golf with your friends going, I think that would be really, really fun. So we'll see.
Yes, it would be.
But yeah, join us there. Go check out Kaiju United on their Facebook page / group, their website, obviously. And speaking of Kaiju United, a friend of the show, Jacob Lingle, just showed up on the season 3 premiere of Growing Up with Godzilla from other friend of the show, Donnie Winter. So go check that out. I think that dropped yesterday as of recording. And hey, guess what? If you haven't seen any of the social media posts we've been posting, we just might show up on ourselves on Growing Up with Godzilla later this year. I don't know. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe it won't. It definitely will happen. Shh.
I don't know. I know nothing of this.
I mean, you should. I told you about it.
Dave. You know I know.
I can never tell if you're being actively stupid or just accidentally stupid, Ryan. I can never tell. It's hard. You're too good of an actor.
You can't figure me out. All right, let's wrap this up.
You're always keeping me on my toes. But yeah, go check that out. We'll be on Growing Up with Godzilla later in the year, I think in March, late March, Donnie told me. So keep an eye out for that. I'll double check. Don't quote me on that. But keep an eye out for that. Okay, but go watch Jacob's episode and keep up with Donnie's stuff too. Of course, it's always good. Oh, actually,
Yes.
I don't think I mentioned. I think I posted it on the socials, but Donnie also dropped an EP, like music, with Brotherwell, which is an artist I'm not familiar with until I listened to it. But go check out his EP. It's really cool. It's a lot of spoken word stuff, which normally I'm not into, but like it was pretty solid actually. And one of the song titles had just went really hard for no reason. It was Tell It to the Brimstone, which just sounds super fucking cool. Like it doesn't need.
I don't know why, but I just imagine somebody yelling at just a gravestone.
Yelling at a rock.
Yeah. It's like, fuck you. You're dead.
But yeah, go listen to that as well because it's really good. We want to support our pals here. But all right, that'll be it for the show. I don't know what we're doing next time. I'm going to be showing up at Brian's house unannounced, banging on the windows, begging him to let me in, and we're gonna see what happens. All right. All right, bye guys.
All right, bye.